over 1 year ago, in March 2019 to be precise, CS Senator James Orengo revealed plans to impeach the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto.
The Vice President of the Republic can be removed from the office, the high office of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, if it is found that he has violated the Constitution of Kenya or any other law. The threshold for the removal of the Deputy President on constitutional grounds is much lower than going through a criminal trial or a criminal prosecution.
Mheshimiwa James Orengo, I have worked with you for 15 years. Unanijua, ninakujua. Orengo, wacha porojo. Hii maneno ya kusema unaleta vote of no confidence in the Deputy President. You are not fighting corruption.
And when James Orengo first revealed those plans, very few Kenyans believed James Orengo. In fact, majority of Kenyans laughed at James Orengo. Because during that time, the perception outside here was that the Deputy President was controlling Parliament. And therefore, it was impossible to get 2/3 of Parliament to vote against him. The Deputy President was also perceived to be controlling the Senate, and that it was impossible to get 2/3 of the Senate to pass that impeachment motion. But today, that reality is with Kenyans. It is not possible, from all indications, to impeach the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto from office. And today, his allies addressed the media, and they addressed the media specifically on the plans to impeach the Deputy President.
This nefarious scheme shall be undertaken using the now familiar tactics of intimidation, blackmail, and extortion of judicial officers and members of the National Assembly.
When people are just left to intimidate women, what kind of men are they? Because that's all that they have left to do. I know Honorable Kanini Kega has a motion ready for impeachment of the Deputy President William Ruto. And I'm just wondering, and I want to ask Honorable Kanini, Ruto was fired by Uhuru Kenyatta a long time ago. Why are we firing him twice? Because he's not involved even in matters of governance. In the mind of Uhuru Kenyatta, he fired William Ruto a long time ago. William Ruto amekubali, anagojea tumalize term yetu, tuende kazi hiyo ingine. So why bother with all those things? Why impeaching somebody who is already impeached by design by Uhuru Kenyatta?
Sisi tunajua constitution vile wenzangu wamesema tuifuate. It is unconstitutional kuchukua upinzani na ukue wewe ati you can nominate them to be the minister the way you are doing now, because now opposition that's what they are fighting for. Kupoa minister, kupoa nani, it's unconstitutional.
And if you listen to those speeches very carefully, especially from Moses Kuria, from Kimani Munjiri, something is clear. That these guys are actually worried that the Deputy President can be impeached. They are worried that the Deputy President is actually not part of the government. But why are Kenyans talking of impeachment motion against the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto? 3 reasons is why they are talking about it. The first reason is the plans. What is currently happening in Jubilee Party? President Uhuru Kenyatta has successfully taken control of Jubilee Party. Initially, the Deputy President believed that he was controlling that party. And indeed, during the last election, it was the Deputy President who was in charge. But the President, a few months ago, decided to strategically take control of Jubilee Party. And as we speak today, Jubilee Party is fully under the control of President Uhuru Kenyatta. The second reason why Kenyans are talking about this is what is happening to the allies of the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto, both at the Senate and at the National Assembly. At the Senate, the President personally kicked out Kipchumba Murkomen as the majority leader. He also kicked out Susan Kihika as the majority whip. The Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, Professor Kithure Kindiki, is also being kicked out as the Deputy Speaker. Those are key positions at the Senate. And the removal of those people means only one thing, that either the president is planning to bring a certain motion in parliament, which the allies of the DP would not allow. So he's making sure that those guys are out. So he has sorted the Senate. The president is now focusing in the National Assembly. Under the National Assembly, there are talks that the majority leader, Aden Duale, is going, the majority whip is going, and also there's the talk that the deputy speaker is also going. The speaker at the National Assembly ni mtu wa Uhuru. So definitely, if he's not there, the person who takes over is the deputy speaker. So the deputy speaker ni mtu wa Ruto. So he has to give way. And the third reason why Kenyans are talking about this is this talk about Raila Odinga joining the government. And on this video, on this platform, I actually revealed that plan by the president and Raila Odinga to form government of national unity. And probably because of legal implications, and I'm going to work on that video probably tomorrow, Raila Odinga might not join it as it was initially planned. Because remember, it was on this platform where I told you guys of a meeting which took place at the home of Polo Toma, and the people who attended that meeting was Gideon Moi, Raila Odinga, and President Uhuru Kenyatta himself. But is it possible to impeach the deputy president? And are there grounds to impeach the deputy president? Very sure the deputy president can be impeached. But I have a different idea, and I'm going to explain why I think Uhuru and Raila, if they are in this together, will not likely impeach the deputy president. But let us look at what the Constitution says, before we go into those details, about impeachment of the deputy president. The impeachment process of the deputy president is actually the same as the impeachment process of the president. But there are certain processes which are actually omitted a bit. Now, there are two ways these things can happen. The first one is a member of the National Assembly, supported by at least a third of all members, may move a motion for impeachment of the president. It's not even 2/3, just a third. So if you can get a third, which I now believe these guys are capable of getting, Uhuru and Raila, the way they're moving, they can easily get a third of MPs signing to impeach the deputy president. And this is why the allies of the DP were very worried. Now, they can get this on 3 grounds. On the ground of gross violation of provisions of this constitution or any other law, where there are serious reasons for believing that the deputy president has committed a crime under national and international law, or C, gross misconduct. So those are the grounds, 3 grounds. So in those 3 grounds, any member can take this to parliament. And if he can raise at least a third, not even a half, if he can get a third, then that can happen. 2, if a motion under clause A is supported by at least 2/3 of all members of the National Assembly. So if 2/3 of the members now will support those clauses, so the first thing you bring is you get approval from a third. Once you get a third, then if that motion is supported now by 2/3, yeah, this is what they can easily do. Uhuru and Raila can easily get 1/3 to start this motion. Once the motion is started, then now they can push to get 2/3. And if they get 2/3, this is what will happen. The speaker shall inform the speaker of the Senate. Now, when they get 2/3 there, then the ball will now be thrown to the speaker, to the Senate. So what will happen then? The Speaker of the National Assembly will inform the Speaker of the Senate about the resolutions in 2 days. So it means this is something which can be done so fast. Then number B, the Deputy President shall continue to perform the functions of the office pending the outcome of the proceedings required by these articles. So he will continue serving after the motion is passed. Then the speakers notified the Senate. What will happen is now he will continue serving pending. So within 7 days after receiving notice of the resolution from the National Assembly, the Speaker of the Senate shall convene a meeting of the Senate to hear the charges against the President. And this is where the problem is. If this thing can go to the Senate, then rest assured, the DP will go home. I'm talking like this based on the kind of betrayal witnessed recently, where people like Omanga and the nominated senators decided to dump the DP at last minute. So it's possible that the Speaker shall convene a meeting. B, the Senate by resolution may support a special committee, may appoint a special committee comprising of 7 members, comprising 11 of its members to investigate the matter. So if you are keen, here the Senate will appoint 11 of its members. Now this is where the catch is. In the Senate, the majority leader is now not mtu wa Ruto, ni mtu wa Uhuru sahi. The majority whip, Uhuru's person. The new speaker the new deputy speaker is going to be mtu wa Uhuru. So basically, Jubilee now will decide and elect members to this committee who are anti-William Samoei Ruto. Of course, NASA will bring their people, Raila Odinga na watu wake, KANU pia na watu wao. So there's a chance that they can appoint these 11 members and allow the DP to have 2 slots or even 1. Yeah? But that one person cannot be Kipchumba Murkomen, cannot be Cherargei. They can get at least one of those neutral senators there. And this is why the allies of the DP are worried. Then what will happen after they appoint those 11 members to investigate, then a special committee appointed under that, they shall investigate the matter and report to the Senate within 7 days. Whether it finds the particulars of the allegations against the DP to have been substantiated. So it means these 11 members will again report within 10 days. So within 10 days, they'll investigate, blah, blah. And because all of them are anti-William Samoei Ruto, then they'll agree that this thing warrants impeachment. Then after that, the DP shall have the right to appear and be represented before the special committee during the investigations. So basically, even if this committee will not impeach him, then he will have the chance to face them. So when they face them, then the charges will be read. Wewe umeiba hii, pesa ya damu ilikuwa hivi, umefanya hivi. So by the time that ends, the name of the DP shall have been dragged a lot. So he might decide not to face that committee. So he might decide, okay, kama niyo, let me resign. Then I prepare for 2022. Then if the special committee reports that the particulars of any allegations against the DP, have not been substantiated, further proceeding shall not take place under this. So if they will not be substantiated, it will be ended there. Have been substantiated, the Senate shall, after according the DP an opportunity to be heard, vote on the impeachment charges. So you get why I'm saying it's very possible. So once they vote, if at least 2/3 of all members of the Senate vote to uphold any impeachment charges, then the deputy president shall cease to hold the office. So it's that simple. So what these guys have presented to the deputy president, and the deputy president is well alive to this fact, is that this impeachment motion can pass very smoothly, both at the National Assembly and at the Senate. But are they going to pursue it to its logical conclusion? I don't think so. What Uhuru and Raila are interested might not be necessarily to impeach the deputy president. I think they are interested in achieving the following. Number one, the BBI. These guys want the BBI to pass. And even today, the allies of the DP alluded to those facts. So the only way to allow the BBI to pass is first of all to bulldoze the Senate and bulldoze Parliament and overwhelm the allies of the DP. They'll tell them, ukicheza tunamuimpeach. And of course, they've looked at the numbers, then there's that possibility. So they'll use that BBI actually to bargain. So the allies of the DP will be told, support this, or we impeach. Mukileta nyoko nyoko. So I think that building bridges initiative is one thing they want. The second thing these guys are trying to avoid is a momentum, sympathy for the DP. If the DP is going to be impeached, and based on the process that we've looked at, then it will mean that within, we are in June, we are in May, June we are starting next week, then by the time this process will actually end, we'll be talking of either December. So by next year, this country will be in election mode. So if you impeach the DP at that time, then you will give him time to create that momentum for 2022 elections. And also apart from that, he will get sympathy, especially now that these guys are still, because now he's still controlling places like Central Kenya. Number three, I think the timing. The DP still has the support in Central Kenya. He still controls a few areas, few members of parliament. So these guys are still waiting for the timing. They know that this is not the right time to deal with this guy. So still what they want to do, just like the likes of Moses Kuria indicated, they still want to deal with it. His supporters are going to be dealt with. They are going to be put into a corner. Some of them are going to surrender because they are corrupt. Majority of them have acquired wealth illegally. So they are going to be put in a corner. Some of them are going to confess facing Bondo. Wengine wata confess facing Mount Kenya and Gatundu. So at the end of the day, a lot of allies of the DP are going to run away from him. And by the time he will realize the party, he doesn't have the party, he doesn't have the support in parliament. Already, amekato kama ile miti, a big tree, if you want to cut it, you start with the branches. So these guys shall have cut all the branch. So itakuwa tu imebaki hiyo miti. Kungoja tu tukate kifuata huko ama huko. So they're still, because of timing, they're not going to do that now. And lastly is the numbers. There's a chance that parliament might fail this process. Getting 2/3, getting 1/3 to initiate the process is so easy for them. They'll get that. But now to impeach him would mean you get 2/3. Getting 2/3 is not going to be easy. And that's the challenge these guys are facing. So when they confirm that they have the 2/3, then they'll easily initiate that process. And that's why I think they have started dealing with some of the MPs. Look at the way they've managed the Senate. The Senate, they can easily get 2/3. Now the remaining part is the National Assembly. And that's where the DP managed to outfork them during the last election, especially President Uhuru Kenyatta. But the moment they shall have dealt with the National Assembly and everything is set, then they'll initiate this process. But it can't happen now. It can't happen now. And because of the fear of the numbers, because if the process is initiated and then they fail to get the numbers, then the DP will actually shall have emerged the winner. In politics, they can't allow. So if this process has to go on, then they'll have to make sure that they have full numbers. Numbers absolute, which now I think is still in doubt. I don't know what you think. But for me, I think these guys can easily impeach the DP. But because of those reasons, that impeachment motion, even if it will happen, it's not going to happen this year. I don't know what you think. Let me hear your thoughts. And if you are bumping on this video for the first time, kindly just hit the subscribe button now so that next time we produce a video like this, you get notified. And also, don't forget to log in to www.vuguvugu.com. There also, we update more information, some which are emerging, some which you cannot do here. Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good day.